What's up guys, Andres here with Steps for Improvement and welcome to a rainy Uppsala today. Some pretty shitty summer weather, typical Swedish weather. In this video, I thought I'd talk about a very key important factor that's going to keep you from falling into really bad ruts in your life, to have the success that you want in your life, and it's going to allow you to become the best version of yourself on a consistent basis. What I'm talking about is that you have to periodically reinvent yourself every now and then. Alright, so I talk about this on my channel a lot all the time. You know, I make myself sound like a broken record where I talk about that you have to put yourself outside of your comfort zone on a consistent basis to really desensitize yourself to your fears, to really grow. And that's what reinventing yourself is. You're constantly putting yourself outside of your comfort zone on a consistent basis, and you're reinventing yourself. You're putting yourself in new areas of your life where you haven't been before, and you're trying to make it work and you're trying to grow. Alright, so a great example of someone who's reinvented themselves many times before and has succeeded is 50 Cent. Now, I've read his book, The 50th Law, many times before that he co-wrote with Robert Greene, and it's helped me reinvent myself periodically when I've needed to. Alright, so think about this yourself, man. Think about it. If you'd be stuck yourself at the same job for the rest of your life, how fucking boring wouldn't that be? I think I gotta move on because it's gonna start raining soon. It has been raining the whole day, so forgive me for this lighting. We'll try to make it work with the video. But think about this, if you'd be stuck at a dead-end job for the rest of your life, how boring wouldn't that be? You know, you need to find new ways to constantly reinvent yourself, to find new ways to grow and improve the person you are. Alright, so we've switched locations from the city to Gamla Uppsala. The reason why I mentioned 50 Cent earlier in the video, because I think he's a great example of someone who's reinvented himself, you know, always made sure to reinvent himself and to not get stuck in ruts and to not let himself become comfortable, so that he always develops and is always on his improvement. Hold this. Whoa. Alright guys, check this out before I continue about this video. This is fucking beautiful. Alright, so without going into too much detail about 50 Cent's life, you yourself can read the book, The 50th Law. In fact, it's one of my favorite books. I think it's one of the best books that you can read for your self-improvement, to learn about becoming more fearless in your life. Without going into too much history about his life, 50 Cent was dealt the worst cards that he could have possibly gotten at an early age. His mother was killed when he was at 10 to 12 years old. He started drug dealing to fiend for his own life and to make money in the hood. And at the age of 12, he had already built up a big crack business empire. Now, 50 saw a lot of shit go down in the hood. He saw people getting killed. He saw people getting tortured. And he saw a lot of things that could happen to him if he kept going down that road. So in the book, The 50th Law, 50 Cent realized that he had to reinvent himself, you know, reinvent his own life, reinvent and change his career path and his trajectory. What he decided to do was that he decided to venture into the music career in the late 90s or early 2000s. And as we all know, you probably know 50 Cent, for example, as a rapper. I mean, he sold countless amounts of CDs, of albums. He's made the best-selling songs. But what you don't know about 50 Cent is that he's kept reinventing himself time after time after time. So if I'm not mistaken, after having become one of the biggest household names in the rap industry, in the music career, in the music industry, 50 Cent started venturing into making movies, and producing TV shows. He also ventured into other business parts like selling vitamin water and real estate. Now, 50 Cent is a person who's constantly reinvented himself to not stay stale and to not get into ruts and to always keep improving and to always put himself outside of his comfort zone into new areas of his life where he's not comfortable. Alright, so what you've got to do in this situation is you've got to think to yourself, what can I do to reinvent myself every now and then? You know, are you stuck in a rut now? What is your first actionable step that you can take that will get you outside of this rut and that will help you reinvent yourself? Maybe you've got a really shitty dating life. Maybe you don't really put yourself out there. You don't really put yourself out there on Tinder. Maybe you don't approach girls on the street that you deem attractive. Maybe you don't really feel like you have the confidence to do that. Maybe you're just stuck at a dead-end job with no promotions going on, nothing really exciting going on that's going to help you grow in your own personal life. Maybe you've always wanted to put yourself outside of your comfort zone way more. Maybe you wanted to work on your social anxiety. Whatever it is, there's no shame and there's nothing wrong with reinventing yourself and figuring out new ways, new places to put yourself, you know, things that are outside of your comfort zone. That's never wrong. And it should be a part of your development and your self-improvement. There's this other really good book that I've read that's called The Way of the Superior Man. And one of the descriptions in the book is that as a man, you have to live on your masculine edge at all times. Meaning that you have to put yourself almost over the edge just so you can see the edge of the cliff, but just not too much that you're not falling over. You know, that's when you really live, that's when you're really most alive, And that's when you're really most productive, that's when you're most creative, and that's when you have a sense of purpose in your life. Sometimes that means reinventing yourself and reinventing your life. And the main thing about finding your edge and finding your masculine edge, the cliff that you can overlook, not fall over, is that you have to reinvent yourself, and you have to inevitably put yourself outside of your comfort zone, put yourself near that cliff, but not too close that you fall, but just enough that you're able to reinvent yourself. I hope that makes sense. So I hope the takeaway message for you guys is that you should not fear to reinvent yourself. You should accept and embrace reinventing yourself and see it as a positive thing. Anyway, I'm gonna be wrapping up this video right here. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe because I upload new videos every single Monday. And make sure to follow me on Instagram as well because I'm gonna be uploading more frequent content there as well. So you don't wanna miss that. And with that all out of the way, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.